Kratos versus Asura death battle from because this was like a Twitter thread, and I don't know if y'all read it like half a year ago when it happened, but Asura definitely beats Kratos. There's no way Kratos wins. Let's see how they sell Asura. I don't think they are though. But Kratos shouldn't win. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Kratos.
I'm rooting for
versus
Kratos though,
Asura.
but I know if he
The
wins,
Ghost of
it's probably gonna be
Sparta versus
Mickey.
the Wrathful Destructor. Cause sometimes you just wanna punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence. A series of cosmic clashes.
I missed it. All official material related to the character is applied to analysis unless found contradictory to primary source material. Certain alternate media, e.g., B is for boy, and creator statements are only applicable as far as they're supported by the primary source.
War across existence.
You gotta read that. You gotta read that.
A series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom!
I don't know
Now
anything
that's
about
what I
Asura
call a
or what
big
game
bang.
or
From
series it's
Seto's
from.
death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole
This is God of
messy
War.
cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus, Kratos was left among Spartan mortals.
He's 7'8".
far
Kratos
exceeding
was-
all among him.
Kratos is 7'8". How much he weigh? We don't know. That man is bigger than Victor Wembanyama, bro. We need him on the Lakers ASAP. Kratos, come to Los Angeles, City of Angels.
He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and basically a badass whirlwind of flaming steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos
Bro, man killed his own
accidentally
family.
murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was, forevermore, the ghost of Sparta.
So, he was kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new
So,
god of war. The
Ares.
gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new god of war took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it, too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated both sea and sky. He also has a tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should've
Here's the thing, though. We gotta be serious. Yeah, this is 30 minutes. Or every actor might be 40. But if we're using PS4 and PS5 God of War, like Ragnarok, he doesn't have any of these abilities. So it honestly doesn't matter for you to give us these. Because those are technically the same Kratos. He doesn't have any of these abilities anymore. So it's just no reason. It's kind of like in later Ben 10s where it's like, yeah, he has these, but he doesn't use them in canon. So now you are using those random interview questions where the author's like, yeah, he can use it. I just forgot to give him to it in the series. Like, all right, bro. Yeah, right. This is the Piccolo can stretch, but they forgot to make Piccolo
thought
stretch
that
for the
was
last
true, man.
30
Neither
years in
Perseus
real
or
life.
Hercules were a match for Kratos,
Alright, bro.
nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And
Crazy
he could
work.
do it with just one hand, according to the novelization.
Even his grandpappy Kronos failed to stop him. You know, the guy who overthrew the primordial that punched the universe into existence?
Causing shockwaves that moved over a
Crazy
quadrillion
work.
times faster than light. A frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then the
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just Glaze. That's a Glaze stat. He just said he did some stuff that's humanly impossible. You feel me? Like, you know how gods are supposed to do humanly impossible? Like, that's just like, there's no measurement. Because 4 times the speed of light is just like, imagine if I could blink 30 times before you could blink once. It's like, I can't imagine that because that's just not imaginable. Like, that's, no, stop. Stop it.
There's Daddy Zeus.
who proved a serious challenge until Kratos drew perhaps his ultimate weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world, he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable. Non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be
Bro
any
was
more
opium.
depressed.
His wife and daughter were still gone.
Yep.
What was he
Nigga
to
still
do?
didn't have no family.
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on
You know
life,
what had to
but
happen?
he could not escape his past mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever undertook,
Boy.
especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it
Fault
wasn't
armor.
Kratos' fault this time, and Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Now, could you think of a game where Kratos has an actual happy family? They couldn't either. That's why they killed her.
Far from the whirling rage of the Blades of Chaos,
Is
the
it?
Leviathan
Nah,
axe
what if
was
he's
deliberate
dead?
and mighty.
a
Said to
better
rival
story, right?
Mjolnir itself.
Thor wishes Mjolnir
Instead of like
was as cool
separating
as
them in
this
the game
axe.
and making
It's
them like
imbued
come
with
find her,
ice
what if she
magic
just
and
dies?
poison even the gods
Epilogue.
fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the
So I'm
godly
saying, so you
Asura.
shouldn't have
Too
anything
bad
of the
he
other
just can't help but
mythology.
Get in trouble with gods.
Except
But
the-
now he knew how to
The
control his
blade.
anger.
He has that
Is
spear
even
too.
more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan
That
rage
spear's pretty
summons
fire.
an inner strength with magical properties.
He can even get so pissed off that he straight up heals himself. That seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch
Yeah.
of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has
Wait, is the quality taken, or did you just like get bad clips? That's crazy. You
relics
got
and
bad
magic
clips.
that can
All right,
warp
buddy.
space and slow down time.
Why do you have 480p
Naturally,
clips?
he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder,
Thor.
who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Yeah,
Oh, and that fire giant would be the
yeah. When he's on my team in Marvel Rivals, barbecue chicken.
cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly. Freyr, the rain god, held off Ragnarok for a considerable time on his own, and the sheer power of Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the World Tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence
You know what? I'm gonna say it. Why is it called the World Tree? If it connects different realms, which would be different planes of existence. So shouldn't it be called like the plane tree, or it shouldn't be called the World Tree? It's not say different universe. I don't know, bro. Because it's like planets, or can you even? I literally
supports all
It's
of
because it's
creation
so
among
old.
its
They just didn't know the
boughs.
new
Every
words.
strand transcending time.
It needs a balance
transcending
patch.
space.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the
Adventure
Norse
Time,
world,
yep.
Kratos reclaimed old weapons by reckoning
Most
with his
of the Greek
past
pantheon,
sins,
mhm.
even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
Even better, he
Wait, was that the DLC? You got Blade of Olympus in DLC? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Well, I ain't buy no DLC though.
Past sins, even taking up the Blade of Olympus once again.
even
was-
better, he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a
Man bear.
lifetime of mistakes, but this future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
Gotta hope.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood Gold.
That's
Here's he's free to
from the depths of Naraka after 12 demigod fell. Long ago, a demigod fell from the heavens, only to rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
Where's Morocco?
After 12,000 years, he's free to punch everything dumb enough to get in his way. He was the demigod of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura
Who
served
named
as
Physical?
defender of
But
humanity
it's
against
12,000.
impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
By advancing technology with mantra, the Guardian Generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the 6-armed Vajra, a state powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma, Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put Goma Vlitra down for good. At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered
Oh my
by
goodness. What did Itachi say? Sasuke, you don't have enough hatred in your heart. Forehead poke.
wrath. No enemy of Asura's
And he
would
just
be
left?
stupid
Is that
enough
what
to do
happened to
something
Asura?
that would make him even more mad, right?
Bro said that you don't have enough
Right?
hatred in your
Funny
heart.
you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique
Husband and
power to
father.
supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra,
His daughter?
literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian
Wait, he made her a
Generals could
battery?
maybe
Nah, that's crazy.
finally end
I know the get back had to be legendary. I know the get back had to be legendary because making your enemy's daughter into a living battery is crazy work, my boy. You better be strong enough to kill him because he's gonna get back. That's crazy, bro. Consider that as a sign of that too. Get back, get back.
Goma Vlitra for good.
Well, obviously Asura wasn't gonna go along with that. So Deus framed Asura for killing the Emperor, murdered
He
his
framed,
wife,
bro?
kidnapped Mithra, and then just
He
straight
murdered
up
him.
killed him.
Oh yeah, bro. They got a new game of this. They got a new game of this, like preferably with like PS5 graphics, not PS4 graphics, which means it's a Switch 2 game. No, I need like PS5 graphics. You feel me? Like Elden Ring type. You feel me? I play this.
What a dick.
But true to
Maybe.
his nature, Asura was literally too angry to die. So long as a single part of his body remains and can possess mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that,
Wow.
with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay. Oh,
So the only which I mean, it makes sense. The anger or wrath one would get from his wife getting murdered and kidnapped by some man. You could imagine the strength amplifiers he would get. But that's what I'm saying. So in a one-on-one fight, would he even get that amps from
oh
Kratos?
yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really,
On some
really,
Philosopher's Stone
really
shit.
pissed off.
Okay.
And through his rage, Asura's
I'm
power
noticing.
exploded, rising enough to throw giants like ragdolls, shatter whole moons, and destroy a fellow deity, Wyzen.
Who could dwarf the planet and wreck it with just a finger. Look at this.
Asura is so powerful, his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities.
I like this.
He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fists to break steel, fire
Okay, so mantra, aka like life force, energy, chakra, kid, whatever word you would like to use for it, which that's what it is. Or his mana bar or whatever, speed. It just amps everything. Amps anything physical. Rapid fire, homing, charge projectiles. What? Does that too? Oh, that makes sense because it's key. Energy spirals, waves, explosions, mantra arm. So it gets an energy arm? Oh, that's fire. Oh yeah, the exit Asura, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Propel fight, mantra wrath. 1 of the 8 mantra affinities increase Asura's strength, the angrier he gets. Manifest fire from mantra, resurrection, enable transformations in the reactor.
Explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest
would
of
be
foes.
his
And
Spartan
when he goes
Rage mode.
unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to protect people from the gods, including a girl who very much reminded him of his own daughter.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then
Oh
the
my
gods
God, what?
killed that girl too, along with her
What?
whole village, sparking Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they've been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously,
he was
guys,
down
you're
there?
pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra
Bro, that's
arms,
crazy.
and they're big and glowy now. The
He
man
getting the
can
Buddha
launch
arms,
so
like
much
the
angry mantra,
but does he get
wiped
his
out the god's
1,000
whole
hand
space
Buddha
fleet in
arms? You feel
seconds.
me?
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Yasha saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and
Oh, so
teamed up
where's
with Asura
Indra
for
then?
a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again! Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst, then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His
Oh, there they
mantra
go.
form,
There goes the
finally,
1,000 formed
a power
Asura.
capable of killing
Yeah, bro.
Litra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop.
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
And everyone's suffering was part of his plan to make Asura his heir. Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue.
That's crazy.
Check out the size of it. That thing
Look at
can
the
literally
arms.
hold
They got
a
it's
galaxy
1,000.
in its palm.
No, it's not.
Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the mantra reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura
Damn, 7
instead
trillion?
used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last,
The
Asura
rage of
could
7
show
trillion
the world
people?
his real colors.
Okay, just
Everyone
Asura.
from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet, unbound by his past limits.
Okay,
Asura's
Asura.
ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars.
Chakravartin was understandably impressed and offered Asura a chance to take his place.
Now, but this is why I don't also like power scaling, because just remember this. Asura, Naruto is based off of this character, Asura, which is one of the gods, the Japanese gods, you feel me? Like the religion, like, you feel me? So, when you ask why doesn't Naruto have the power scaling of Asura, I don't know. Because this sounds like he would be able to beat somebody in other animes, but he just be getting no diff from everybody. Do we know why?
Asura smiled at the
Kishimoto.
offer and extended
He wasn't
his
ready
arm.
to make a
Right
Dragon Ball
into
Z anime.
Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead,
It's
he
okay,
literally
Boruto
beat
got
the
you.
QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the
Chakravartin.
concept of mantra itself. Those
Oh.
who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine,
Yeah,
it was
I was
worth
gonna
it.
say, what is his whole
Besides,
body
he'll
just
reincarnate
disappeared?
millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a
300
random
million
thug, a
years?
meteor,
Like
or
300 million?
Ryu, right in the
Yeah, Ryu.
balls.
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Yo.
This battle is sponsored by
Prize
Prize
Picks
But
too,
let's
dang.
hope
Prize
they
Picks
get
and
today's
Robin Hood.
Oh!
The angriest dads against each other. The angriest dad god. This looks just like that looked just like the beginning of the God of War scene. I like this. This is W animation. It's probably just the model though, but still that's good. Where's he getting teleported to? Oh. Asura's daughter.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight. Run!
No. Okay. How long until the Spartan Rage comes out? Hey, there we go. Yeah, I feel like he would start with the fisticuffs, bro. Oh. I feel like he probably speed blitz Kratos, honestly, and it's just rap from that. Six arm Vajra. See, like, look at that. What is Kratos supposed to do now? Maybe he can do that. He can teleport like
You
Minato.
let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up! Very well.
Hey, there you go. Chaos Blades. When are you gonna use the spear though? Yeah, I love using that. That was my favorite move to use in the game. That one was fire too. I like that one. Oh, is that a JoJo reference? Oh yeah, I like that one. Yeah, the spear was low-key aura. I'm not gonna lie. JoJo reference. Yeah, I like doing that too. Uh-oh. Bro, he's just about to get angrier. And get them god hands like they just showed us earlier. Come on. I know the script. Her daughter's crying because his dad about to die. Yeah. So now Kratos dies, even though he didn't use Spartan Rage once. Oh no, he didn't. They just leave him. That ain't enough. That ice ain't enough, bro. There you go. I like this.
This is not my end!
He ain't no way he about to eat this. Wait, hey, no. Oh, wait. He just punched it? No.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Oh yeah, I loved when he said that. I love when he said that in the game. Death hasn't earned me yet. I'm like, oh my goodness, bro. Aura.
But you deserve a worthy end.
See, the voice ain't on par, but there's a Kratos model, so I can live with at least knowing it's Kratos. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that blade is ODZ. They sold Asura? I knew they was gonna make Kratos win. I just trying to figure out how. It was the blade. The sword.
You are a monster no longer.
Here. Oh, you aren't a monster no more because he cooked him?
I never was.
See, his voice is pretty on par. I like that. Wow. Kratos won. Look at him. Look at how he's walking off with none of his weapons on him.
KO! Well, I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though Asura can blow up stars?
Asura had some
Exactly.
amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at
Oh,
everything in
okay.
canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything. His light was fast enough to
Yes.
illuminate the entire
Okay,
underworld.
so
while
he beat
Kratos
the
sailed
god
through it,
that
taking a
is
few
the
hours at
speed of
most.
light.
So,
I see what
kinda
they're
hard
saying.
to
So they had
quantify,
to be.
But that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be
That
made
makes
for
sense.
which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are
Pretty equal.
generally even.
Okay.
But what does speed
Even if
matter
Asura
if you
is
don't
slightly
know how to
better.
use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
Exactly.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's
Well,
quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his mantra energy, that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed. Versatility. And multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could, Asura's resurrections
Actually,
take years
maybe
or whole
they're explaining
centuries,
this pretty
days
good.
at
I don't know
best.
too
But
much
all
about
this
Asura to
assumes
know.
Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All
Exactly,
roads
which
lead
I
to
don't know.
power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do. If this
That's
came
what I'm
down to
saying.
who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in
Yeah.
2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that
Huh?
big golden god would need energy on par with obliterating our universe 91,000 times.
Extremely
Oh,
impressive
wow.
and
It's over
unfathomable.
9,000.
However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence,
Now that's a hypothetical. That's a hypothetical. Now that hypothetical could be very much so true. but there's not a lot of validity to knowing that it's a hypothetical true. But knowing Kratos, he probably could. Like, that's something that like you don't even have to cope. Knowing the way the games and stuff work, Kratos would probably have that power.
We can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoined, which we see in game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction.
Oh.
And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound
So
too
for a
different from the
super-duper
other
low
Titans
balling-
and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing.
Kratos,
It's easy to
you
think that we
have a
never
10
see
times
Kratos
strength
do anything
multiplier?
that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight,
And
same as
Kratos.
Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asura's The Sun Rises. The God of Wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Dang.
But what if?
Alternate ending. This is how Asura would've won. He just come back to life. Oh yeah, at that point he's dead, but he drained his life force, so. The quick time event to knock his head off, knock his noggin off. Okay, this one's a little bit too long. Like, we know he's gonna knock his head off, but he just wakes up dead with Freya. His daughter. No, he'll be with Freya. He wouldn't be with his first family. He'll be with his second family.
And that concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Death Battle.
And what is this LeBron versus Sora? LeBron obviously solos. Like, I don't even know why that's the thing. But how y'all feel about this? Do y'all think that was fair or no? Do you think not LeBron? You think Asura should have won? I mean, I don't know. It sounds good, so I don't know. You feel me? I'll let him slide. I'm rooting for Kratos anyways, but y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, bro, to 70 subscribers on YouTube, bro, to 200 followers on Twitch. It's day 295 of streaming every day, and we are on road to 1100 on TikTok, I believe. So I'll see y'all in the next video, or I'll see y'all on the stream. Y'all be safe, stay warm, stay hydrated. Bye.